My daughter's soccer coach called her a quitter. She was the only kid who never gave up on him. First parent meeting, this guy stands up like he's coaching the World Cup, chest puffed out, clipboard in hand like it's some sacred document. Your daughters need to eat, sleep, and breathe soccer, he announces. I don't have time for kids who aren't serious about winning. His voice echoes across the community center room. He's talking to a room full of 8-year-olds who can barely tie their own cleats. My daughter Emma is bouncing in her seat beside me, so excited she can barely sit still. Her little hands grip the edge of the folding chair. She'd been begging for soccer for months, ever since she saw older kids playing at the park. That night, she lined up all her stuffed animals in rows across her bedroom floor and taught them the rules, her voice serious and instructional as she explained offsides to a worn teddy bear. The first few practices were fine, normal even. Then the coach started showing up late. 20 minutes, 30 minutes. He'd finally arrive, coffee in hand, offering no explanation or apology. He'd spend half the practice on his phone arguing loudly about his car payment while the kids just stood there in the grass, confused, looking at each other and their parents on the sidelines. Then one Thursday, Emma's ready an hour early. She's been dressed since lunch, shin guards on, ponytail perfect. We get to the field. We wait. Other parents show up, checking their watches. 30 minutes pass. Someone calls him. Straight to voicemail. Finally, a text comes through, typos and all. Cankle today, sick. Next week, same thing. No show, no explanation. Week after that, nothing but silence. Parents started dropping out. Swimming lessons, basketball, gymnastics, whatever. They'd had enough of the disorganization and broken promises. Not Emma. Every Tuesday and Thursday, she'd put on her uniform with the same careful ritual. Socks pulled up just right, shirt tucked in, hair tied back. Maybe coach is better today, she'd say, her voice full of hope that broke my heart a little more each time. Even when I told her he wasn't coming, when I tried to prepare her for disappointment, she'd make me drive to the field anyway. We'd sit in the parking lot staring at the empty grass, the unused goals, the white lines fading in the sun, and then she'd ask if we could practice passing. 3 weeks of this. 3 weeks of watching my daughter's optimism refuse to die. I finally lost it. Marched into the park district office. My frustration barely contained. The woman behind the counter looked embarrassed before I even opened my mouth. She knew why I was there. Turns out the coach had been fired 2 weeks ago, showing up drunk to meetings, missing everything. They couldn't find a replacement because the team was too far behind, and no one wanted to inherit the mess he created. It's really a shame, she said, shaking her head, especially for the kids who were really committed. I thought about Emma putting on her cleats twice a week for a ghost, for a man who'd already abandoned them. What if I coached them? She stared at me like I'd suggested flying to the moon. Do you have experience? I have YouTube and a kid who hasn't quit. 2 days later, I'm standing on that field with a whistle around my neck, feeling completely out of my depth. Emma sees me and sprints over, her face lighting up with pure joy. You came back. She throws her arms around me, and I realize she thinks I'm there representing the program, that someone finally cared enough to show up. Behind her, 3 other kids. Their parents had the same idea, the same stubborn children who refused to give up. We didn't win a single game that season. Our first match ended 7-0, a humiliating defeat. Emma spent most of it chasing butterflies near the goal, completely distracted by their yellow wings. But she never missed a practice. Not once. She dragged me outside on weekends to work on footwork, dribbling around cones I'd made from plastic cups. Started sleeping with her soccer ball tucked under her arm like a stuffed animal. The coach was right about one thing. Dedication matters. Commitment separates the good from great. He doesn't know Emma would be the one to teach me what it actually looks like. Real dedication isn't loud or boastful. It's quiet. It shows up even when no one else does. Drop a comment if your kid ever taught you what real commitment means.